Leo Stanley Boite.
Good morning. Today we are going to the, I don't know whether to say we are going to FBI, Yoko, Cybersecurity, Narcotics Control Commission, because all these agencies are releasing statements and we don't know where to go. But we know surely that we are talking about a certain gentleman called Frederick Kumi, aka Emmanuel Obeng, aka Abu Trica, and his friends. Why am I quoting a lot of names? It's not from me. It's from the Department of Justice own statement coming from Cleveland in Ohio in the United States of America, where they released this statement about the arrest of Abu Trica. If you don't know Abu Trica, I think by now you've seen some interrogation videos. There's a lot of talkability about him on social media. In fact, when you search his name on Facebook, Facebook says now trending, meaning that there's a lot of talkability about him. There's a gentleman, he's called Frederick Kumi, per what you know. It's also called Emmanuel Obeng. But what we know him, or what Leo and I, the Gen Zs, we are not Gen Zs, maybe Alpha Gen Zs. What we know
we
about,
are millennials.
We are millennials, okay. What we know about him is what we call Abu Trica. So that's him. He was arrested together with some friends of him. So Abu Trica is the one in the middle, and these are the friends he was arrested with. For a bit of context, this is Abu Trica. You know, on social media, he flashes a lot of cars, drives expensive cars, the Lambos. You know, if you can give us some of his car, the Cybertrucks.
That's a Lamborghini Urus.
Urus.
Yeah.
Okay, the one that landed Shatter in trouble.
Yes.
So there's the white version.
Yeah, that's the white version.
Oh, okay.
Very expensive.
Okay. Very expensive, yeah.
And I think as we speak now, this is the highest selling Lamborghini model now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And he also has the Cybertruck, the one that Elon Musk brought into the market. So there's a bit of a video about him where always he's been, you know, around a lot of people. So that's his Range Rover, for example. He has a Cybertruck you saw in the picture. 2
Cybertrucks, actually.
Oh, he has 2?
Yeah, he has 2.
Oh, okay. Ones, yeah. Oh, okay. That's nice. And David has been dreaming about 1. Oh, okay. And Abu Trica has 2.
Yeah, he has 2.
Okay. So that's Abu Trica. He's always, you know, on social media. So there's one video where he's seen removing a stash of cash, right? From
wax
a certain
of
bag,
it.
wax of it. Yeah, a lot of cash. I mean, this is the 200. This is not 111 CD. This 200. I can just see David's face now when you're here. So this is basically a video of Abu Trica unpacking a lot of money, and I hear he's very known on Instagram and also.
That's roughly about 2 million Ghana cedis.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
The same amount that some people couldn't, you know, produce for some court proceedings. We're going to talk about it later.
You're very bad guy. So this are some videos of Abu Trica, but let's go to the bit of a context. Why is he being arrested? We don't want to quote for you. We say. No. This is a statement from Leo. If you can
the United States Attorney's Office, Northern District of Ohio, and it's a press release, and it says Ghanaian national charged with running a romance scams that took over $8 million from elderly victims.
Okay, so for a bit of context, he's been arrested for allegedly extorting money to the tune of $8 million from elderly victims. How did Abu Trica do this? And this statement was released on Thursday, the 11th of December, 2025. So this is from
Cleveland.
Yes.
It says a federal grand jury has returned a 2-count indictment charging a Ghanaian national with defrauding elderly victims of out of over $8 million. According to a recently unsealed indictment, Frederick Kumi, aka Emmanuel Kojoba Obeng, aka Abu Trica, 31 of Swedru, Ghana, was part of a criminal network that targeted elderly victims in romance camps across the United States since 2023. Kumi was arrested in Ghana on December 11th, 2025.
To pause there. So per this paragraph, that is where we get to know the multiple identities of Abu Trica. So per this statement, we know that Abu Trica do not have one government name. He has multiple identities. And he is also part of a criminal network. This is the wording of the Department of Justice. As if he's part of a criminal network, and that they've been doing what they've been arrested for since 2023. And you know, if they say unsealed indictment, meaning that some processes was happening and you only got to know of it on Thursday. Now let's go to the next paragraph.
It says, according to the indictment, perpetrators of this romance scam used artificial intelligence, AI, software to assume false identities and form close personal relationships with victims. They gained victims' trust to obtain money and valuables, often targeting individuals through social media and online dating platforms under false pretenses.
Okay, so they can go Leo Stanley and create another name, maybe Leo Ejapong, go to online dating platforms target the elderly people and try to extort money from them by forming some close bonding and relationship with them, right? Okay.
You know, okay, maybe we should find time and then talk about how dangerous AI can be sometimes in terms of you know, the one they call the deep fakes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they use some of the deep fakes to do this, but
Change their voice, how they look and all that.
And all of that. But we go through that in other programs. So victims were often elderly and engaged in romantic but physically distant relationships with these perpetrators. The perpetrators built trust through frequent intimate conversations by phone, by email and messaging platforms, then requested money or valuables under false pretenses such as an urgent medical need, some travel expenses, or investment opportunities. Relying on these misrepresentations, victims were persuaded to send funds or valuables, which were then directed to co-conspirators posing as third parties.
Okay, so this paragraph explains the criminal network. So the last statement says that what? Relying on these misrepresentations, victims were persuaded to send funds or valuables, which were then directed to co-conspirators posing as third parties. So sometimes, per what I'm told, the people send money to people within the US, then they will later remit it locally.
So here, the little I can say about this is when they form, you know, these romantic relationships with these victims, sometimes they even go to the extent of paying bills for them over the US to gain trust.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not like they do it just like that, because they want the person
So
to
it takes
know
a bit of a time.
a bit of a time, a bit of a trust, and then mostly some of the formats that they use, they call it formats. So we have different types of format. So you say, oh, my grandmother has died, has left me a gold concession or some gold deposit in some bank. It's worth, say, $20 million, but I need $200,000 to pay for some bills so that we can release it, and then I can bring it to the US, and then both of us will live on it. And then that is when they get you.
Oh, okay. But read for me the last two, or you can even combine it.
So the indictment also alleges that after the victims transferred funds, Kumi worked with the network of co-conspirators to distribute the money from Ohio and across the United States to associates in the Republic of Ghana and other locations. So this is where the money laundering comes in.
So possibly he is not the only person who will go through this motion. A lot of other people will go through this motion. And per my checks in the US, you know, the FBI deals with the internal security of the United States because this crime happened on, or part of it, the victims are on the soil of the United States. They have a bit of, you know, influence in these matters. Now, Leo, what shocked me was the next line.
Yeah, he says Kumi has been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering conspiracy, and a forfeiture specification, and faces up to 20 years in prison.
Yes. So this is not coming from us. This is coming from the Justice Department. They are saying that based on these charges, the conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering conspiracy, and the forfeiture specification, he faces up to 20 years if he is not able to properly explain these issues to them. Now, Leo, what got me a bit alarmed? Let's skip the statement from the Cybersecurity Authority and all that, and let's go. Was the wife? You know, the wife was also arrested over the weekend by the Narcotics Control Board. We will later learn from a legal representation of that is Oliver Barker who released a statement yesterday. And if you can read it for us.
It says, yesterday, our law firm secured the release of Abu Trica's partner and mother of a son from custody. We intend to sue the Narcotics Control Commission for her unlawful arrest and abuse.
Yes. So this is a bit of information. So now what you can confirm is that before we came to the studio, we spoke to some people. A court in Ghana must sign and must hear why he must be extradited to the US before he can go. That process is yet to happen. The FBI officials, some of them have come down to be able to contribute to that process to see extradition, just like we saw in the case of the other three some few months ago. The wife has also been released per the checks that we have so far. He's released from custody by the police. We keep interrogating her. His legal representation hope to sue the Narcotics Control Board. That is what they've indicated because of how Abu Trica's partner was arrested. So, Leo, for me, I believe that it's a very checkered thing. You know, I think that he has a lot to learn from this because 20 years per what you are told, he's 31.
Yeah.
And we know that the prison term is not 20 years in 20 years. Maybe that's about 15 years or so.
Yeah.
So he come back when he's around roughly 45, 46.
If he comes back.
And if he comes back, and he's still young, we believe, or I believe, that the law must take its course, but he must learn from it, and also the youth must learn from it.
Well, this brings back the conversation of unexplained wealth, especially in this country, and the very little that we are doing about it. We are seeing a lot of young men flaunting very expensive cars, but you do not see what kind of businesses they are doing. We are not seeing any companies that they are running, any stores that they are running. But then somehow, some way, they are able to, flaunt all this wealth, and no questions are being asked.
Talking about questions, you see, the statement here, I wanted us to, but let's do this in 1 minute. Listen here, said that. How they were explaining how they got the money. Listen. The indictment also alleges that after the victim transferred funds, Kumi worked with a network of co-conspirators to distribute the money from Ohio and across the United States to associate in the Republic of Ghana, other locations.
Yeah.
These monies were remitted through banks.
Through money transfer.
No trigger system was okay.
Okay, yeah.
Because recently I received some dollars and I had to go to a bank. I nearly called my lawyer.
And that was some policy sum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you see, and I come back to the bigger conversation we've always raised here, that state institutions. By now, for me, FIC should be explaining to us.
Yeah.
Yoko should be explaining to us.
Yeah.
Bank of Ghana should be explaining to us. How is this money going through the system?
Yeah.
Because, Leo, as I'm standing, if I'm to receive just 200,000, I'll be called.
Yeah.
In fact, the money I had a hit mark, but I had withheld the money.
Yeah.
That I had to issue some documents and explain myself. Meanwhile, we all know what is Abu Trica's work.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll tell us later. But we must have some kind of a system that checks these things. Because it seems to me that our security agencies are more reactive than proactive.
Yeah, maybe we should ask our bankers, because I know in the United States, if you do a transaction that is worth $10,000, it automatically flags at IRS. Do we have such a system here in Ghana? How potent is it? And all the checks and balances that goes around it, because it's becoming one too many. Just over the weekend, I saw this place somewhere. I think it was around the same Swedru, where a group of friends were going to eat fufu in some chop bar.
And the cars there.
Yeah,
no, that's
cars.
a brie.
That was a brie, yeah. And all the exotic. It looks beautiful, but in this
but
country,
Yoko should go there and say
exactly
that, hey,
who are they? How are they being able to afford these
but
cars?
Someone also argued that when Abu Trica was struggling, we didn't ask him how he's poor.
No, people ask, but they ask underground, because when you start questioning, because say, oh yeah.
Well, this has been the breakdown. There's a lot of talkability about it, but what we can confirm from you is that he's yet to be extradited. That process will happen maybe this week. That's what our sources tell us. The partner is out of police custody now. In fact, he was arrested by the Narcotics Control Commission, NACOC. So it tells you that the case has a lot of branches. We've seen statement from Yoko, that is organized crime. You know that when Yoko is the arm of the police, that deals with organized crime. And per the statement from the United States of America, I've been told that it's a criminal network of a sort. We've also seen statement from the Cyber Security Authority. That also tells you about the use of internet to commit fraud and all that. So there's a lot of angles coming to it, and this story certainly is not dying anytime soon. I'm also told confidently that there are other people being chased, and in fact 20-something Nigerians were also arrested over the weekend at 32 around Kaswa. So there's a lot of developing story around the story. So this has been the breakdown. My name is Eugene Osei. I did this with
Leo Stanley Boyd.
We come back on your radio on Wednesday with more exciting conversations. Thank you.